everyone, welcome back to my channel. Something a viewer brought up to me. They asked me a very good question, which was, why have you been increasing your Zoloft medication? I think from the isolation from the global pandemic was more of why I wanted that increase, because I was just feeling very unmotivated and just very down. There are certain points in the month where I definitely noticed my mood changing drastically, and that was also impacted from coronavirus. But more so recently, I've realized that I've needed that increase because of my menstrual cycle, and this is something I don't hear people talk about at all. Which is really strange to me because it is such a big deal, honestly. I was reading about PMDD and I was just looking through the symptoms and I was thinking, wow, this is what affects me, like, greatly. If I'm feeling really low a week before my period and during my period and even a few days after my period, I mean, we're talking 2 weeks. I'm just gonna let that sit there. That is more so why I've been increasing, and my psychiatrist actually asked me recently if I wanted to up the Zoloft more because of that, and at the time I said no, but I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. But when I have my period, it's like night and day. I've actually told my therapist and my psychiatrist that it feels like what it felt like before I started taking antidepressants. It gets really low, and it also gets scary because, you know, when I start feeling down and I know, oh, my period's gonna come, maybe not for another week, but I'm already feeling pretty down. I've noticed it in the past semester, being at home on Zoom calls, like Zoom meetings for classes. There are definitely days the past semester I have just been not on it, to the point where I was having the same thoughts and feelings when I talked about my severe depression. And I'll link these videos down below so you guys can check them out if you want to. But this is something my psychiatrist actually said this is what he deals with a lot. Like, women with their menstrual cycles, it really does change your mood and your overall, just everything. Your outlook, your thoughts, which makes sense because if serotonin is kind of like limited then in your brain, then obviously you're gonna experience that mood change. And I kind of have this epiphany moment, if you will, because I was talking to my husband about this, and he said, like, ever since I've known you, ever since we started dating, like, you've always been like that. Like, you're doing okay, and then you have this dip. Then you're doing great, then you have this dip. It's like this or this. So that's fun. And that is more so why I have been increasing my medication. Not just with the pandemic, but that also was a huge factor. But I just thought that was a great question to answer in a video because I think this is important to talk about, especially since I don't hear anyone else talk about, like, you see so many period and menstrual cycle related videos on YouTube, but I never hear people talk about, like, the mental health aspect of that. I see videos about, like, what products to use and what medicine to use for cramps and this and that, and I've done some of those videos in the past, and those are helpful. However, there is another issue here I think that needs to be addressed, just for some awareness, because, like, you might feel like, why am I feeling this way? Why is this happening to me? Like, why do I feel so low? And if you're like me, maybe now you know why. Obviously, I'm not a mental health professional. Please talk to your therapist, your psychiatrist, your mental health professional, doctor, whoever, and talk to them about this if you also are experiencing just such a drastic change in your mood. So if you guys would like an update video from me about this, because I'm supposed to talk to my psychiatrist next week, and we've talked about this last time, but I'm going to bring it up again this time and just see what he says. But I hope you guys are doing well, and I'll see you guys on the next one. All right, bye.